Caden, come on, take the big shot. Come on, Caden. Come on, Caden. Here he comes. Come on, Caden, your big shot. Caden, run up to it. Go!
It looks like any other summer camp. But for many of these 18 children, the New Vision week-long summer camp was the longest camp they had ever attended.
Remember we talked about yesterday? Looking the other players in the eyes when you go past and give them a good handshake and say, good game. Good game.
Because each of these kids suffer from ADHD, and parents found it hard to place their children for more than a day at a time.
The first day they came to pick them up, they were all kind of creeping up to the table because it's the first time they were told they could come back. Anytime they put them in camp, they were told not to come back. So the parents came in tears and they were grateful and big hugs, and it's been awesome.
The idea of a camp exclusive to children with ADHD was the brainchild of Melissa Smith, a guidance counselor at Lakeland High School and a sufferer of the disability herself.
We had an awesome morning, right? We got our sillies out this morning. We talked a little bit about ADHD. I think it allows me to have some empathy and some understanding and know what my own struggles are, as well as my son, who is 8 years old, who has ADHD as well. And a real sense for what parents go through and the struggles and the isolation, the embarrassment, because ADHD is often blamed on parenting techniques and, lack of discipline.
Melissa, along with a friend and co-worker, Gale Zadoff, approached Gold's Gym in LaGrange with the concept.
I reached out to Gold's Gym and they were very interested and supportive. And through that, we realized we really needed a camp where kids could go to feel safe, to feel included, to just really have a good time, as well as learn about how ADHD affects them.
Sports director Kieran McElvaney had one word to describe it.
Brilliant. Probably one of the most, rewarding camps that I personally had. Correct. Let's give it a big hand. I certainly have, coached children with ADHD, but never in an environment like this.
The camp's main focus was to mix sports and science and teach exercises and cues that the campers could then take back to school to help them better assimilate.
Does everyone know what personal space is? Yeah. All right, I want your arms spread out like this and move apart so you have your own personal space. All of these kids are extremely bright, and what I realized is that connection is number one. The kids felt so connected and so respected by us that we were able to work through everything.
Good job. Excellent. Melody, that's perfect.
An encouraging environment where kids with this invisible disability could thrive.
If you take a deep breath and take a step back and you understand that no kid wants to be yelled at, no kid wants to be isolated, and that the behaviors that tend to get on people's nerves really are part of the disorder.
Jake saw the differences of this camp immediately.
It was very fun, and I felt good because all the kids with ADHD I was with, and not just like me, I had ADHD, everybody in the camp had it.
He was used to counselors' reactions like
sit down, stop, go sit over there.
We heard from some of the kids, oh, I don't like sports. And we turned around, they were on the basketball court. And what we realized is they didn't like sports because no one wanted them to play. The number one thing we were hoping for, I think some of them got, that it's not bad to be ADHD. And that you can be very successful. Some very successful people had ADHD.
The founder of JetBlue and Henry Ford and the Wright brothers and Ty Pennington and Michael Phelps are all famous people with ADHD that have persevered. And when you read up on them, you find out that they had a parent that was behind them and advocated for them and built them up where their strengths were.
And that's the overall goal, to heighten awareness and for the Hudson Valley community to have a paradigm shift in its perception of children afflicted with ADHD.
And I'm hoping for the Dutchess community to look at ADHD kids as these behavioral troublemakers that wind up in our juvenile system, to kids who can be taught when you think outside the box and really have a lot of strengths.
We didn't have any issues all week. The kids all learned from each other. I was really happy to see the kids making a lot of friends. In fact, one of the campers' fathers had said to me his son never had real friends with peers and stuff like that. In this camp, he created that.
Plans for the future include more camps for the kids and conferences for parents and teachers.
We're hoping to do a kickball club or a soccer club for the school year here at Gold's Gym and continue to incorporate the activities that we did. And I think we're looking at another spring conference to continue to educate the parents and mental health workers and the teachers. Arlington School District and Lakeland Central School District are open to hearing about strategies that we can use in the classroom. So we will continue to advocate within the other school districts as well.
For more information on this dynamic group, contact Melissa at atouchofhey1218 at yahoo.com.